Hello, everyone, and welcome to Learn English Buddy. My name's Emma.
And I'm Daniel. We are so happy you are here with us today.
Yes, welcome. How was your weekend, Daniel?
Exciting might be one word for it. I spent Saturday trying to assemble a new coffee table.
Oh, no.
Yeah, let's just say the instructions were a little creative.
Flat pack furniture. I know that feeling. I once spent hours building a bookshelf only to realize I'd put a shelf in upside down.
Upside down? That's classic. They give you a tiny tool and a diagram that looks like a secret code. My living room was a sea of screws and wooden pegs.
I can picture it. But the feeling when you finally finish and it stands on its own, so satisfying.
Absolutely, the best feeling. Speaking of satisfying things, what's on the agenda for our listeners today?
So, I got something super cool for you guys today. Like, really cool.
Oh, yeah, lay it on me, lay it on me. I'm ready.
Okay, we're going to talk about talking about yourself in English.
Yes, yes. This is one of the biggest things, right? It's like the first thing you ever do when you meet someone new. It sets the stage for everything.
Exactly. But it's so intimidating. I feel like my mind just goes completely blank sometimes. Do you know what I mean?
Totally get that. And you get stuck saying the same three things over and over again. My name is, I am from, and that's it. Conversation over.
Right. So today, here on Learn English Buddy, we're going to break it all down. We're going to make it easy, maybe even fun.
Absolutely fun. We're going to give you the building blocks from the super simple basic introduction to sounding like a totally natural, interesting person that people want to talk to.
Okay, I'm ready. Let's do it.
Okay, so let's start at the very beginning, the absolute foundation. This is what I call the big three. Your name, where you're from, and profession, or, what you do.
The big three. Okay, so what's the best way to say your name? Is my name is too formal or is it okay?
My name is perfectly fine. It's clear, it's correct. Nobody will ever think it's weird. But you'll also hear people just say, I'm Daniel, or I'm Emma. It's a little more casual, a little more breezy, Both are totally good to use.
Okay, I'm Emma. Got it. I like that. What about where you're from? I always hear people say, I am from Spain and I come from Spain. Is one of them better?
That's a really great question. And this is where the little details of English come in. They mean basically the same thing. I'm from is probably what you'll hear most of the time in everyday conversation.
Mm-hmm.
I come from can sometimes sound a little more formal, or it can be used to emphasize your roots, you know what I mean? Like you're telling more of a story. But honestly, for 99% of conversations, just stick with I'm from. It's simple, it's easy, no stress.
Okay, simple is good. Now, the job thing. This is where I get stuck. Do I say I am a or I work as a? It feels, I don't know, a little clunky.
It can feel clunky. And you have so many options here, which is awesome, but also a little confusing. So let's break it down. First point, I'm a is perfect. I'm a teacher. I'm an engineer. It's simple, direct.
Right.
Second point, you can also talk about your field. I work in marketing. I work in tech. This is great if your job title is really long or complicated.
Oh, that's really smart. Like, I work in healthcare. That's much easier than my official title.
Exactly. Or third point, my personal favorite, you can describe what you do. Instead of saying I'm a UX designer, you could say something like I help make websites easier for people to use. It's more descriptive, more engaging, right?
Wow. Okay, that already gives me like 3 different ways to answer one question. That's amazing.
And that's the goal, having options so you can pick what feels right in that specific conversation. The key for this first part is just clarity. Be clear, be understood. That's what matters most.
Okay, so we've got the basics down, the big three. But that's kind of the boring stuff, right? How do you, show who you actually are?
Great question. This is where we move from the basic facts to your personality. And the easiest way to do that is by talking about your hobbies and interests.
That makes sense. But what about people who aren't in a traditional job? Like, what if you're a student or a stay-at-home parent? Or maybe you're between jobs?
Good point. There are natural ways to say all of that. You can say, I'm a student, or I'm a stay-at-home parent. If you're between jobs, you can say, I'm currently between jobs, or I'm looking for my next opportunity. Those sound honest and natural.
Oh, I like that. Especially, I'm looking for my next opportunity. That sounds positive.
Exactly. Now back to hobbies and interests. This is where your introduction starts to sound more personal.
Right, but I don't want to just list things. I like music, movies, and sports. It sounds like I'm filling out a form.
That's exactly the trap we want to avoid. So we need to use better, more powerful phrases. I like is okay, but it's a bit weak. Try something stronger, like I'm really into, or I'm passionate about, or even I'm a big fan of.
Ooh, okay. So, I'm really into vintage sci-fi novels. That sounds way cooler than I like books.
100% cooler. It shows more enthusiasm, more of your personality. And here's the next level. Don't just state the hobby. Add a little why or a little what. Just a tiny extra detail.
A detail? Can you give me an example?
For sure. So instead of just saying, I'm really into cooking, you could try, I'm really into cooking, especially trying to master Italian food. See that? That little extra bit, that detail, it gives the other person something to grab onto, something to ask about.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it opens up the conversation more. They can be like, oh, cool. What's your favorite dish to make? Instead of just nodding.
You got it. It turns a simple answer into a genuine conversation starter. Here's another one. Instead of, I like hiking, maybe try, in my free time, I try to go hiking as much as possible to get out of the city. It tells them the hobby and it tells them something about your lifestyle.
Huh. So the formula is a strong phrase plus the hobby plus a little extra detail.
That's it. That is the golden formula. And it works for absolutely anything. I'm a huge fan of this one band because their concerts are just full of incredible energy. Or on weekends, you can usually find me working in my garden. I'm trying to grow my own vegetables this year.
Wow, that makes it sound so much more real? You're not just listing things, you're actually sharing a small piece of your life. That's a really, really good tip.
It's all about making it personal. That's what connects you with other people. It's not the data, it's the details.
The details. I like that. Okay, so what's next?
Okay, so are you ready to go to level 3, the advanced mode of talking about yourself?
Level 3. Yes, I think so. What comes after hobbies?
It's about sharing a little bit about your future goals or your personal values, the things that really, really drive you as a person.
Oh, wow. Okay, that sounds, kind of deep. Isn't that a bit too personal for a first conversation with someone?
It can be, for sure. And this is super important. You have to read the room. This isn't for a quick hello at the coffee shop. This is for when you're having a real conversation, maybe with a new colleague you're getting to know, or a new friend you've been chatting with for a bit.
Okay, so context is key. Got it.
Totally. So let's say you're talking about work. You could add something about your goals. Like, right now, I'm a junior developer and I'm really working towards leading my own project someday.
Mm-hmm. It shows ambition that you're thinking about the future.
Exactly. It says something about your drive. Or if you're talking about learning English, you could say, my main goal is to become fluent enough to study abroad next year. It's not just what you do, it's why you do it.
I really like that. My goal is to. That's a great phrase to remember. What about the values thing? That feels even trickier to bring up naturally.
It is trickier, but it's so powerful for making real connections. You can use a soft entry phrase like, something that's really important to me is, and then just fill in the blank, is continuous learning or is helping people in my community.
So if someone asks what you did over the weekend, you could say, I did some volunteer work. Something that's really important to me is giving back a little.
Perfect. Yes. See how that's so different from just saying, I did some volunteer work? It shares the what and the why. It shares a piece of your character, and it invites the other person to share something meaningful about themselves, too.
That's true. It makes the conversation feel more, I don't know, significant, I guess.
It really does. And again, it's not for every single situation, but when you feel that click, that connection with someone, being able to share a goal or a value, that's how you build real friendships, real relationships. It's powerful stuff.
Wow, my brain is like full of new phrases and ideas now. This has been so helpful, Daniel. Seriously.
Awesome. I'm so glad. It's really not as scary as it seems, right? It's just about having the right tools in your toolkit.
Totally. So, just to recap for everyone listening, first, nail the basics. Name, where you're from, what you do. Keep it simple and clear.
Right. Then, second, add your personality with hobbies and interests. And remember the formula: strong phrase plus the hobby plus a little detail to make it a conversation starter.
And third, for those deeper conversations, when the moment is right, you can share a goal or a value to build a real connection.
You got it. That's the whole roadmap. From hello to a real meaningful introduction.
So, for everyone listening to Learn English Buddy, here's a little challenge for you. This week, try introducing yourself, maybe just to your mirror or record a voice note on your phone. Try using one new phrase we talked about today.
I love that idea. Just practice it. Say it out loud. It makes a huge, huge difference in your confidence. Well, that's all the time we have for today. This was so much fun.
It really was. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. We'll be back next week with another topic to help you on your English journey.
See you next time, buddies.